Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Baldur's Gate 3, shall we? Chillin' in this crypt, and oh, I didn't loot this yet? Well, it's not good, but it's stuff.
What's inside?
So you definitely want to just mouse around and try to take from everything possible that you can. Most of the time these books are empty, but sometimes they have books, and books actually sell really well. And if you're a person who really enjoys the lore of a game, there's hundreds of books in this game, all of which you can read and get further story. These cool clothes, by the way, are also fun because, remember, if I go into my inventory pushing I, you have what are called camp clothing on the right and then your armor on the left. And stuff that's like just cosmetic. If you want to change how your pajamas appear, you can certainly do that.
Breathe deep and move.
And that'll, when you're at cutscenes in the evening at your campsite talking to people, that will be the garb you're wearing. So it looks like we haven't looted these people yet. Leather gloves and all of this stuff, you know, boots. Again, some of it cosmetic, some of it weapons, but it sells well. We'll take it all. This guy just had some straight up money. Leather armor. Alchemist fire, that's cool. Burning Hands scroll. Journey through the jungle. Nothing magical, of course. You know, I say of course, just these are like level 2 people. They're not going to have anything exceptional. But this is enough stuff that we can sell. Now, I'm going to hold down left alt just to see. Yeah, looks like we've taken everything. There's a torch we could pick up. There's a lever right there. And it's now time. I'm just going to push F5 to quick save the game because in places like this, in crypts like this, there could be traps anywhere. And if you want, one thing that you can do is, let's say I've got our main character selected. I can push G, and that is this, you can also just use this button on the left panel to toggle group mode. And what happens is you'll notice you hear a chain kind of sound effect, and the portraits break apart on the left panel over here, which means that if I move my character, the rest of the people don't follow me because I'm kind of like just controlling this dude by himself, or whichever controller that you have selected. Like if I go to Lizelle, I can move Lizelle over here and nobody's going to follow her. So this is very good if you want to strategically place people, or in this case what I'm trying to do is just explore with one character, and if I set off a trap, not everybody will be killed by it, that kind of a thing. So I'm going to do that. Now you want to be very careful if you're doing this, because if you wander off with one character and you get into a fight, then the rest of your people aren't going to be close, and it might take them a while to actually get there. But for now, this is fine. So I'm just going to kind of mouse around. When you see a candelabrum, you can just click on that at any point and light, torch sconces, anything that can be lit. You'll just automatically be able to click to light. And it does provide some light. So it's nice just to look around. And honestly, there really isn't much in here except for this little book. Now, when I click on it, you'll notice that the default left click on this is gears, meaning like read it. But if I push escape and I right click to open up the contextual menu, I'm going to pick it up and add to wares. Now, I could just pick it up and put it in my inventory, but if I add it to wares, I think we've talked about this, but let's just go over it again. I'm going to push I for the inventory, and I'm going to talk about the wares. So with wares, what happens basically is that you can tag something, like for example, this leather armor. I'm just going to say add to wares. And then when you see how on the icon for this item, there is a little arrow and a kind of grayed out gold piece. And what this means is if I get to a merchant, you will have an option when you're trading with the merchant to sell all of your wares with one click. So it's incredibly helpful to just kind of tag stuff. It's almost like tagging it as junk, basically. And all of this stuff that I don't care about, I'm going to do that as. But also, on top of that, I can send this back to the camp if I get overburdened and I don't want to carry heavy stuff. But the disadvantage of sending stuff back to the camp, and even though it instantly transfers it to your camp treasure chest and you don't have to worry about the weight, when you go to a vendor in town to sell, you won't be able to access those items. You actually have to take them out of your chest at camp. So this kind of just saves us a step. Now, I don't really want any of these armor pieces, and also I can just sort by type and just kind of get my inventory in good shape so I can see where all my stuff is. And at this point, I'm going to be selling all of the books. In my Let's Play, I pay more attention to these and read these, and you can do this on your own. Letters, smaller items, I always make sure I read those because they can add contextual points of interest on your map, like stashes and things like that, which we want, which is awesome. But also, it might give you some clues to the quest that you're doing. The books could presumably do that as well, but generally, they provide just some story information. However, it never is a bad idea to just like read them. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep marking items as wares. Now, this is a necklace. This is just a jewelry piece. You can wear it if you want in your necklace slot. It doesn't do anything. It just looks like, some nice bling. But most jewelry, these silver lockets, I'm just going to be selling this stuff. This lyre is a musical instrument, but I don't have a bard in the party. Nobody can use it. I'm going to add this to the wares, and we'll just go ahead and add this to the wares too. Now, another thing that you can do, let's just say I want to select this mug, and then this rope. And I'm just going to, I left-clicked, the mug is selected. I'm going to control-click the rope and the rags. I'm just holding down left control, and I'm clicking, and you'll see that they all stay selected. These tongs, okay, this ruby, this candle, and then all of these weapons up here. I'm just selecting them with control and left click like this. Sure. And then I'm going to right click the whole thing, and I'm going to say add to wares, and it will tag everything. So you don't have to like click each one, right click, add to wares. You can do that. You can also shift click, just like you're selecting files in Windows or whatever. But if you shift click between items, it'll select everything from the item that you start your shift click on to the next. So if there's something in the sequence that you don't want selected, control click just kind of like provides a little bit more flexibility, but it also is an extra step if you can shift click. So I'm going to sell these skulls, this topaz, all the gems. Even though it's gems, it seems amazing, I'm selling it. I sell pretty much anything. I add it to the wares that does not strictly say that it's a crafting component. If it's something where I'm like, oh, that's a crafting item, I keep it. But usually, those things go into your alchemy bag, so you won't accidentally select them. So you see how I have like my belladonna and my myrgrass and all that stuff up there. Then you can push tab and you can go to your other peeps, see if anybody's carrying anything else around. Like Shadowheart grabbed these two items, and I'm just gonna select them and just add to wares. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to keep using my main character to move around. I'm going to push M for the map. And I'm just kind of exploring. There's a locked door up here. And there's a passageway over here into what appears to be a little library. But, oops, not that. I'm going to get all of my people together. I'm going to group back again. And I'm going to tell them to stand right over here. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to pull on this lever. And this opened this door. And so now we can go into this room. I'm going to go in here. And boom. We're in a fight. And this is because there are some other turkeys in this room. Now that guy won the initiative, so he was able to just run in and attack me. That being said, you heard him say, over here we've got company. He's talking to other people that we cannot see right now. So we've got to be mindful of that. Now, with Lizelle, it says she can't reach the destination. And it's true, because I think in 5e, usually allies can pass through each other's square without any kind of complication. But in this, it doesn't seem that that's the way. However, it doesn't matter. Because Lizelle should be able to just jump. And we can just kind of jump over Gale, who's standing in the door. Yay! And she just jumps down there as a bonus action. And then now we can bap this guy in the face. And we will. So Lizelle is going to go ahead and just try to hit this guy. Now this guy has 18 hit points. And my attack is going to do 4 to 13 damage. I can go ahead and just try to lacerate this guy if I want. And we missed, unfortunately. I'm going to use my action surge and attack this guy again. I can't lacerate again because I need to take a short rest to get this ability back. But I can do a regular attack. That time we hit that guy for 9. Very good. And Lizelle is done, so we're going to not end her turn yet, though. One thing that can be very tempting is to just end your turn after you hit somebody with one of your characters. It makes sense. But actually, you see how all of my characters are in a row, and their portraits are intertwined. You see how, like, Lizelle is selected, her portrait is white, and it's intertwined with Dr. Incompetent, which they're all intertwined. This means that they're all basically going at the same time. So what that means is I can switch over to Dr. Incompetent, and then I can take his action, and if I want to do something else with Lizelle, whose eyes are, like, glowing because she's awesome, then I can switch back to her and do it. But if I end her turn, it will not go back to her manually. Now, even if I do end her turn, though, and I haven't ended everybody's turn, you can go back to her and cancel the end turn. But what I might want to do is, like, say I kill this guy, and then I want to actually now move Lizelle. She still has some movement left. Lizelle still has a ton of movement left. She still has 20 feet of her 30 movement left. So she can still do that. Now, I'm going to switch back here, and we're going to just switch over to our melee weapons, and that's a free action in this game. So now we've got our shield out, we're rocking and rolling, and we want to hit this dude in the face. Now, in addition, I can Holy Rebuke, I can Divine Sense, but these guys aren't celestial fiends or undead. And do I want to do anything else like Command? Do I want to maybe Divine Smite? But no, I think I want to just attack this guy. So I'm just going to try and hit this guy. I could try to concussive smash the dude. And it, it would daze him, but he only has 9 hit points left. So a daze might actually matter. But let's just see if we can hit him. So we missed, which is so sad. And I can compel duel the guy as a bonus action, but I don't think he's going to live, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm not going to end his turn. I'm just going to go to Gale. Now, Gale, let's just say we want to hit this dude, which we do. Unfortunately, Gale doesn't have Magic Missile yet. One of our early priorities is going to be to try to get Gale Magic Missile. It's my favorite spell in the sense that it can't miss. So, like, even if I use one of my first level spells, like Thunder Wave, I can hit this guy, but he can save and take half damage, which is a shame. I'm still going to do this. Remember, it does not hit me. So he did not save, and he is dead. Now, what we should be aware of is that all of our people put their weapons away, and the game turned out of turn-based mode. The portraits at the top of the screen are gone. That means that, like, we're not in combat anymore. That guy did say something, though, about his allies. So I'm going to save the game because I have a good feeling that there's going to be more of his buddies around here because he was talking to somebody. So what we could do is actually click this to group hide, and we're just going to sneak over this way.
Somewhere to camp soon.
We're exhausted. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess we want to camp. So I am just sneaking around, looking and making sure that we can uncover everything. And you know what? I don't see anybody else. I know from having played this before that there are other people, but
normally the patron god is
they
obvious.
either went outside through this doorway or maybe they were in here and he was like trying to talk to them, but he didn't realize that they were dead. So we're going to have to find out. In any case, I'm going to cancel group hide, and we're going to start looting this room, beginning with Andorn here. So Andorn has a bandit's key. So we want to certainly take all of this dude's stuff, and we can figure out what to use the key on. There's a plaque over here.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
Dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone.
All right, so this is an empty, temple underground. There's a cutting board. Now, I have a buddy, a Piscacat, who plays the game, and he takes every single item, these milk cans, everything, and sells everything. I think he said he ended the game with 150,000 gold because he took and sold every item in the game. This bowl, it's £1, 1 gold, took it and sold it. It's up to you if you want to be that exhaustive with your looting.
Something good here, I hope.
I'm generally, like, books and stuff like that, I certainly try to take that because they sell well. Items like the milk can I'm less interested in, but at the same time, it's not hard to do it. And if it sells for money, well, we need money, so let's get it. I'm going to light this so I can see better. And just take this, and take this. Now, where we are in the game, if I open the map, and now you could see I'm only looking at this, but let's say I wanted to, I was trying to look at the world map from here, but if I could still click on any of these teleporters to go there, and I can scroll in and out with the mouse wheel, but we haven't been to a place to sell items yet. So we just can't do that, but we'll get there soon enough. All right, look at this. This is good stuff. I mean, there's a lot of money that's to be had here. Again, you can take all of this stuff. Now, the supply pack that you see right here, absolutely, we are taking that. I know, he's complaining. All of this food, I take it all. Because this stuff is amazing. And you can take as much as you want. You could take the carafe of wine. You can take the carafe of water. You could take all of this stuff if you want to sell it. We can light this up. The supply pack, again, it allows us to take a long rest. It's the full amount of food that we would need for that, which is great. I am straight up just looting everything. You could see our character is like, oh my god, I have too much stuff, which is fine. And it's currently sorting everything by order that I pick it up in. And honestly, all of these items that I've acquired, you could see in the upper right, they have a badge, that little kind of like glowing icon. That means it's new. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on the carafe of water, and I'm going to hold shift, left shift, and then click, and you'll see it selects all of these items. I'm going to right click and add them to wares. So this is something that we can sell. Now, if this dude, our main dude, becomes overburdened, we can either send these items to camp, or what I like to do is just, Lizelle can carry a ton. Actually, so can Shadowheart. So we can just start moving items around. Because even though we probably won't get to the level of Piscacat, we can take as much of this stuff as we want to just build up money. Money is great because it allows you to buy healing items, consumable items that you might want, and get enough money to buy all of the scrolls to get your spellcasters the spells you want, as well as any magical items that people are selling that seem important. It'll just put you at such an advantage if, when you're in a difficult situation, if you have enough potions of healing, enough scrolls of revivify, enough ways to cure poison, all of these things, and even some, throwing items that might do AoE damage or just be useful in that situation. So money is going to solve a lot of our problems.
Better not be cursed. No lock, no handle. How does it open?
So we can't open this door. It says no lock, no candle. How does it open, right? And we can't lockpick it. We can examine it, and it's sturdy. has 24 hit points. Sturdy means that we have to be able to do at least 10 damage to break it down. So this is a hard door for us to get through. Because I could start hitting it, but we don't do enough damage. And on top of the fact that it takes 10 damage, it has resistance to a lot of things, except it does take double damage against slashing. So like Lizelle, for example, her sword does do slashing damage. So I could have Lizelle like try to break this door down. Or what usually is the case in games like this, we found a key, but it wasn't the right key, is that what we want to do is look for a secret switch or something that would unlock this. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to just push F1, go back to our main character, and start walking through here. Okay, we're going to look at this stack of books, and yes, I mean, we're making a fortune in books.
If not over, then through.
And you notice how I quick save the game every time before I go into a room. I'm just like sloppily just looting everything, like a kid in a candy store just stealing everything that's in here. But if there were to be enemies and it was like very difficult, or I needed to plan accordingly, or just not go into the room, I have my save, so I can just go back to right at the beginning of the room. So I'm not really being careful right now. By the way, I'm lighting up everything.
Here we go.
I want to be able to see everything. Love it. I mean, look at this study. Like, you could really get some good work done here. They got a lot of books. The chair actually looks comfortable. The underground nature of it with the stone walls, it's not the best, but they've tried to, make it as comfortable as possible. Take it. And, by the way, a lot of the time you will find duplicate books. Okay, we got another candle. We got the chapel records. I'm actually going to read it. What do these say? These are people who have died, apparently. All right, so we're going to just pick it up and add it to the wares. What's the plaque say?
I do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Yeah, I can't read it. This character is not savvy enough. Let's go back here. Let's light the candelabrum. Let's look around. What's here? Let's light this. Let's light this. Oh, look at this.
Curious.
What's this? We found something. Now, it's a skull with a scroll case or something in its mouth. It looks kind of like a toilet paper roll holder. And, it's a skull. It could be bad, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. Now, what we hope it did was open up this door. And it did. You can see it's open. So, like I said, we're looking for secret ways to get around. That door had no lock to even pick. All right. A little bit of gold there. Light it up. Light it all up. I just like doing it. I love the details in this game. I love that we can just light these things up to make the room look different. And almost look like, you can imagine this was, minus the state of disrepair and the cobwebs, what it looked like for the people here when they were, running this temple. All right, I'm holding Alt, and it looks like I've pretty much taken everything that I can. Remember, I didn't search over here. The gray open treasure chest means we look through this one. The closed with the star means we haven't. It does not give an indicator of whether or not there is something there or not. But now you can pretty much safely say, okay, I've looted this room. Time to move on. But I'm going to light this, you bet. And this. Heck yeah. Look at that. I love it. Okay, now we're going to go over here. And we open this up. Now again, before I go in, I'm going to save the game. Now, they gave you the tools right here, which is kind of curious. Like, maybe you could have picked that lock, but none of... Actually, I bet you could have picked the lock. Maybe. But nobody in my party is good at that. If you had Asterion, maybe with those thieves' tools that are right by the door, you could have had a chance. But if you don't, and you're like me, and you don't have a level 2 mage that has the knock spell, or a level 3 mage, I'm sorry, then which is a spell that can open any mundane lock. You need to find that skull to open this. And that's why one of the reasons this game is just so fantastic. It pays to explore, to be observant, to kind of look everywhere, because you will find so many hidden secrets and treasures that will give you just an enormous leg up. All right, I'm going to look through here, and let's see. There's some candles. And let's go over here. And there's a door in the back. And, all right, there doesn't seem to be anything else in this room. I'm going to try to open the door. Now, this takes us to another area. So now we're in a dank crypt. So you see how that actually transitioned to a new zone. So that's something that we have to be mindful of. And if I push J to go into explore the ruins, this is the quest we're in. So the strange door led deeper into the ruins. There are bound to be some interesting artifacts down here, indeed. We found a locked door, but it doesn't have a keyhole. So maybe you couldn't have picked that lock, but we did find a way through. And here we are. So I'm going to save it again, because this is a new zone. And let's just see. This place wasn't built for the living, so it's like a mausoleum maybe. I'm going to try to open this chest, and there's some finery in here. So we are going to absolutely be Tomb Raiders. I mean, that's just absolutely what we're going to do. We're going to take everything. Magical items, things cost a ton in the game, even good potions and stuff. So we want as much money as we can get. So these heavy oak doors are locked. Can I open this? No. And the key that we have doesn't appear to open it. There's a banner with a skull with a scroll in its mouth. Okay. So I don't really know what that means, but we can't go this way. We can check these vases. Doesn't look like there's anything in that one. Oh, look at this. And we can turn this one on. So now we can see pretty well, but this is locked. This little sitting area is nice. There's some light coming in from above. There's another chest over here. Check it out. Take everything. On death and resurrection. Oh no, I pushed control right click or alt right click or something. That was not a special thing. I pinged that. So if you were playing multiplayer, I think. I'm going to just kind of add this to the wares. Okay. Let's get over here. And I'm going to light this up. And we've done everything. I'm going to save it. And these doors are open. And we come into another chamber. Okay. With a big sarcophagus in the middle. So. And we failed a perception roll, which is bad. Remember, whenever you fail a perception roll, it means like you missed something. A trap, a secret, something important. And I feel bad about it. But we're going to come through anyway. They're all failing it. There's a button over here. Okay, good to know.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Okay, so we can see that on this sarcophagus, there is a trap. And if I mouse over it, it says no trap disarm toolkit available. So we can't even remove the trap. So we're going to have to be really mindful of that. I'm going to go ahead and light this up. I'm going to... Oh. Now, look what we found. This is a vent. And I'm going to kind of right-click on this. You can't really examine it, looks like.
Watch how you go.
So, I'm going to tell you this because I messed this up my first time playing. I thought, incorrectly, that these vents, I misunderstood it. And I thought, like, oh, these are trapped. So if I step on this with my character, it's going to trigger a trap and gas is going to come out of this vent. No. This is just showing you that gas will come out of this vent. Something harmful. It could be flames, it could be poisonous gas, whatever it is. But what you can do that's so cool is, okay, I know that there are these vents here. And so if I accidentally trigger the trap and gas comes out of here, I can prevent it by using the game's mechanics and covering these holes with items from in the room. So this is like, I just didn't realize what level this game was, but it's really, really awesome. So for example, I'm going to search this vase. Nothing in here. I'm going to throw this vase, and I'm going to throw it to like right there. That might have not been the best idea, but I'm trying to cover the vent with items. Pile of bones. Okay. So what we want to find are things that we can move and cover these with.
Be cautious.
So this is a trap. So this is a gargoyle head that is like probably going to shoot something out of its mouth. So that's something that we want to be mindful of. We want to like figure out how can we stop this. I'm going to go in this sarcophagus. Okay. And I'm going to pick up
Always ready
this.
for more?
All right, we are rolling badly. We found another trap, and I'm going to go over here to this vent. And I'm going to go into my inventory. And this, I'm going to just kind of drop it. And I'm going to just say, throw it to like right there. There. So that time it didn't break. And it's not exact, but I think that this is good enough to cover this. We'll have to see. But I'm going to definitely try this as much as possible. What's going to happen is if we try to open this sarcophagus, which we know is trapped, these gargoyle heads are going to activate as well as these vents. So we need to figure out a way to stop them or at least slow them down. Here's another vent. So I'm actually going to open up this crate. And I'm going to throw this crate to right here. Okay, it broke, which is sad. I'm going to go over here. Turn this on. I'm going to pick this one up so that I can maybe drop it and be more gentle about distributing it. I'm going to light this up. Light everything up. I want to see as much as I can. Okay.
Nasty surprise.
Now, here's another vent right here. I'm going to drop this. And then I'm going to try... But that actually covered it. Just dropping it. I don't have to adjust it. That's perfect. So we want to try to block this vent as well. See if we can find anything to do that. Ooh. Ruby ring. Studded shield. Actually, wait. Now we got a shield. So we can use this studded shield and give it to Gale. Let me push tab. And this studded shield, Gale, I'm going to put it in his inventory. I'm going to show you. Gale is at 14 armor class, and his staff does 0 to 7 damage. But if I give him this shield, he goes up to 16 armor class. Now notice the staff goes down in damage because it's a versatile weapon. And so you can either equip it with one hand or two hands. It does more damage if you have it equipped two hands. But the advantage in this case is that we give Gale a shield. He's proficient with shields. He can use this. It does not affect his spellcasting at all, and it just gives him a +2 armor class. So it's so nice. It works in conjunction with mage armor. So he is very happy to have. I'm happy to have that shield for him. Okay. This is searched. We found a soul coin that can power an infernal engine. Touché. Not sure about
I wonder what it's worth.
that for now, but we'll hold on to it. And just kind of looking around for other detritus, and yep, we found another trap right here. So there are these guys, which are going to be shooting fireballs.
Trap. Be cautious.
And then we found actually another one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick up this big jug. And I'm going to walk over here. And I'm going to move my dude. And I'm going to go into my inventory. And I'm just going to drop this. And this time it didn't go anywhere near where I wanted. So I'm going to have to throw it like right there. Okay, it's on there. Let's search this vase. Let's light this up. Okay, good enough. And I'm going to open this face. Alright, and I'm going to just pick it up. Oh, looks like I can't. Okay, that's fine. This one, I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to... Alright. So, all of the vents that we can see, we've tried to block. And, you know, presumably, you see how on this picture there was one here, and we saw everybody fail a perception check. There's probably one here as well, even though our characters can't see it because they all failed it. But just in terms of symmetry, I'm just going to throw this to here. And now I don't know if this will do anything, but I'm just doing that. And I'm going to throw this guy, like, pretend like I can block. Looks like I can't. I need to move some stuff. My character is getting overburdened, so I'm going to kind of just send these to Lizelle. And I'm even going to send all of these to Lizelle as well. And then I'm going to throw this thing over here. Alright, it broke. Okay, well, whatever. So, we know that there's a trap here. We don't have much else that we can light. Okay. So, at some point, I have a button that's here. Is this going to open the sarcophagus? Is this going to set off the trap? I don't know. But I've done what I feel like is a reasonable job of trying to insulate us from these traps. Now, again, I'm going to go back here with my main character. And I'm going to make a choice. And that choice is that I'm going to push G to ungroup the party. I'm going to quick save the game. And I'm going to leave all these people out here. And I'm just going to set this in motion. I know this room is trapped. I'm just going to do it with one character so that if, you know, the traps hit the fan, these people won't be in danger, hopefully. So, this door is locked. Let's see if I can open the ancient door. I'm just going to click on it and see what happens. I did find a key that was the bandit's key, but that doesn't open it. Alright. So, I'm going to go over here. And before I use the sarcophagus, I'm going to push this button. And I pushed it. Does it do anything? Let's see if this door is open. No. Okay. So we don't know what that button does right now, but I'm going to try to open the sarcophagus. And it says you need a trap disarm toolkit. I'm going to open it. Okay. So. What just happened? The worst situation. So what happened was, I'm just going to look at this room. This is why only one of our characters went in here. All of the work that I did to stop these vents from putting out their oil did not work, did nothing. And instead, we're in a situation where fireballs are just raining freely. And everybody in our that was in this area is being killed by them. And the fireballs are just going to keep going. So this is terrible. Alright, and what this tells us is that putting items on these vents did not appear to stop them from releasing this. And also, I didn't do anything to try to disarm or block these gargoyle heads, and so they can shoot freely. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to just load our quick save, because that's a bad outcome, and why we saved it. Now, there's a few things we can do here. One of the things that we can do
At the ready.
is see if, you know, I have thieves' tools, but do I have a trap disarm kit with anybody in our group? We can look through our stuff for something like that. I see nothing like that. So that's off the table. Now, another thing we can do is say, all right, well, guess what? I can't disarm this trap. Examine it. It's got greater toughness, which means we can't break it at all. But what if I went over here to this vase and I just kind of threw it like right here? It's not tall enough to stop that, so that doesn't do anything. But here's one thing you can do. If you know that you're going to get into a situation with traps, you can enter turn-based mode. So I'm going to get my character right up to the sarcophagus, and I'm going to enter turn-based mode. And then now, we'll have a little time. I'm going to open this. Okay.
Be cautious.
Now you can see we still have some time. Grease is coming out. All right, everywhere. What if I push this button? When I push the button, the trap stops. You see the grease goes back in,
Eager for battle.
and I'm actually going to just exit turn-based mode. And I'm going to go back to my main character,
Moment.
and now we were able to basically open this and turn it off with this button before everything went bad. Now I'm going to go back to turn-based mode, and I'm going to try to open this again. And there's an engraved key, and look at this. A uncommon versatile spear. So this is a spear that you could throw, you could hold it, you could wield it with two hands, and if you miss, you get true strike when you use it. So it's a cool weapon. We're going to take everything. Okay? And the trap is not back on. You can tell because the grease isn't coming out of the vents. So I did a little bit of extracurricular activities to try to stop this trap. Honestly, I thought that this would work, but I was off base with this. It did not work, but luckily, we can just go to turn-based mode and push this. Now, in my Let's Play of this, I messed this up so badly that the trap was just everywhere. I waited and I was able to have my party survive the damage and waited until the grease had basically been burned up, and then I went into turn-based mode and just had my people dodge the fireballs, and I never was able to turn it off. So this is way better, but with the proper people like Asterion or a thief or somebody like that in your party, you could even do better than this. In this case, though, we're totally fine. So I'm going to exit turn-based mode, and we have now a new key. Let's see if it opens this door. And it doesn't. But I'm going to select my dude, and we're going to come right back out. We can't open the ancient door. But maybe, just maybe, we can open the heavy oak doors. So I'm going to kind of push G to group the party back together. We're going to walk over here, and I'm going to try to open these doors. Success. So we unlocked it with the engraved key that we got in the sarcophagus. And now there's another chamber with a cool-looking statue in it. So that is how one way of dealing with this room. But remember, this game is so good that there are multiple ways to deal with a room like this. So, you know, maybe you can figure out a way to block the environment so that even if you set off the trap, it's not a big deal. Or maybe you do it like I do. You just kind of have one person, turn-based mode, go back and forth, solve it really quickly. It's up to you, but we got there, we're done. We finished the other portion of this, and we're ready to move into this next room in the dank crypt and continue exploring this temple that we've found, which is now turned from temple to crypt. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. That is turn-based mode, those are traps, and that is dying horribly to a trap all at once. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody.